Secretary, were you aware that on October 25th, 2013, the Office of Special Counsel requested that the VA conduct an investigation into the allegations of inappropriate scheduling at the Fort Collins Community Outpatient Clinic, and that since then the media has reported about Mr. Freeman's email of June 19, 2013 that explains how to game the system to avoid being on the bad boy list? Were you aware of those?
Senator, I became aware of that screenshot, I believe is what it was, screenshot of a employee who was suggesting there are ways to game. I put that employee on administrative leave.
When was that?
That was last Friday.
Okay, Mr. Secretary, it's my understanding that on June 21st, 2013, VA received a report from the Office of Medical Inspector regarding chronic understaffing issues at the Jackson VA Medical Center, and that report described multiple patient scheduling problems, including scheduling 2 patients for the same appointment slot and scheduling patients for a clinic that does not have any assigned providers, often referred to as ghost clinics, and that on September 17, 2013, the Office of Special Counsel submitted a letter to the President of the United States on which the VA was courtesy copied, describing the findings of that June 21st Office of Medical Inspector report on the Fort Jackson Medical Center, including the practice of double booking patients and the use of ghost clinics. Do you remember reading that report and receiving that copied letter to the President?
I can't say that I remember it today here.
Okay. There was a December 23rd, 2013 report by the Office of the Medical Inspector regarding the Cheyenne Medical Center and Fort Collins Clinic that found that several medical support assistants reported that, and I quote, medical centers' business office training included teaching them to make the desired date the actual appointment, and if the clinic needed to cancel appointments, they were instructed to change the desired date to within 14 days of the new appointment. Did you read that report?
That report has come to my attention here recently.
Okay. On February 25th, 2014, your Chief of Staff, Mr. Riojas, submitted a response to the Office of Special Counsel, which included the December 23rd, 2013 Office of the Medical Inspector report on Fort Collins. And in that letter, Mr. Riojas states, and I quote, however, as OMI, Office of Medical Investigation, was not provided any specific veterans cases affected by these practices, it cannot substantiate that the failure to properly train staff resulted in danger to public health or safety. Were you aware of what your Chief of Staff wrote?
I was.
Okay. Mr. Secretary, were you aware that the GAO report entitled VA Healthcare Reliability of Reported Outpatient Medical Appointment Wait Times and Scheduling Oversight Need Improvement, which was publicly released in January 2013, and then on December the 11th, 2012, to that same report, your former Chief of Staff, John Gingrich, sent a letter to the GAO which stated, and I quote, VA generally agrees with the GAO conclusions and concurs with GAO recommendations to the Department. Do you remember that letter, that report, and your Chief of Staff's response?
In general, I do remember that report.
Well, Mr. Secretary,